J-Love, baby.
Different here. I decided to make me a little wet and wavy lace front. As you can see, this is how I look after, and it was before I put my makeup on. I actually ordered this package from Amazon. I'm not sure the name, but I'll try to find a link and put it in the description box. But as you can see, this one came with a 13 by 4 lace front. It came with 3 packs of hair, and if I'm not mistaken, I want to say it's like either 10, it's between 8 and 10 inches. Um, 3 bundles. I just went through, clipped it a little bit, checked the hair out, because honestly, this is my first time making my own. So I was super duper excited, and I wanted to share with you guys. So I got me a new cap. I got a new cap because that was the only cap that the store had, but it worked. Um, I pinned the cap in place so it wouldn't slip around. But anyway, I took my lace front and I started to pin it down in the front. In the front of the cap, I wanted to leave about a fourth of an inch. And once you pin both sides down and start working towards the back, it should create like a M shape at the front of the forehead. So that way you know you're on track. As you can see, the little indentation there with the M, like giving you a little widow's peak situation. But anywho, I went along the sides and pinned that down, and so I'm going to pin the back so I can have it intact for when I hand stitch it. And I put this in a little ponytail so it can kind of be out of my way. Um, yeah, so I just, if you're good at hand stitching, you just basically thread your needle and thread, put a little knot at the end. And with this one, I went through it. I circled it around the needle twice and went back through in between each stitch. I did it this way because I wanted it to be secure, and as you can see, my lighting is not that great for this video. Hopefully I'll be able to do another one soon. But yeah. I lost a lot of footage, so please forgive me. I'll have pictures soon to show how my layers looked in the back. But I am basically on the third row in the back at this point, and I'm just stitching across. I'm moving my pins as I go. The pins kind of hold them in place so my tracks can be spaced the way I want them to. You can always draw and trace it out on the cap. I might do that the next time, but I didn't do that this time. And as you can see at the end of the track, I tied and then I cut it off, and then I started another one. And when I did this, I threaded about 3 needles. That way I can continuously go on with the project without having to stop as much. Okay, this is a picture of the first row, the second row, and as I went on, okay. Now, this is me finishing my top. I basically continue to do the same thing up until I close that gap. So I just sew um, around it, and then when I got to the top, I would measure out that space, cut enough of the track, and just sew that down as well, closing everything out and making it as close as possible to where you don't really see the top. Because the hair was kind of thin, I did do thin in the back, and then I thickened it up as much as I could at the top. This hair, once I wet it and washed it and got into styling it, you couldn't even really tell that the tracks were as thin as they were. So for my first experience, I would say this was some pretty good hair, and it has lasted. I think I've had it now for maybe a few months. So this is it. I cut the elastic out from under the lace, of course, because I wanted to lay, and I did end up adding a band to the back of it to tighten it up. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you the next time.